are watching Sport Talk with GTZ, General Tata Zonke. Sport Talk, the General's view. GTZ, General Tata Zonke.
Shout out asikubingelele siphinde sikwamukele sihlanganiswa into leyi-1 lesidinikele ngako kuyo ukuthi sikhone ukukhuluma ibhola letinyawo siphinde sikhone ukukhuluma temidlalo. Episode number 19 is Sport Talk with GTZ. Siyabonga mangabe nawo ngulomunye losiniketa le support nalama feedback losiniketa wona siyabonga nalabo abasubscribile nakhona sithi danko nakini siyabonga. It's so important. So namuhla esigcineni ngishutha kaCherry. Shout out to Cherry Mbombela extension 6 ngilaba tfolakala khona. So mangabe nawo ufuna nyanyavula kaCherry make it a point ukuthi ubukele le Sport Talk up until ekugcineni. So ngilapho khona Musa Tabese Soya profiler, one of the beautiful cars that corner like a chair. On my right, I've got Umshiga, Ungomane. Nugget. Long time, I'm so glad Umshiga.
Nkona jam, nkona ngilawala le libabukeli, nkona ngilana sport.
Unyamala leswayi.
But busy na sport. Busy. Cool na sport mfethu.
Nice one. On my far left, or on my left, na coach Sandile Makhathu kahle mnaka.
No, it is that.
I'm
good, but how's it? Shake.
Coach.
No, I'm good. Well, greetings to the viewers in Makaya. It's been a while since Tiban with the followers, but we're excited to be here. It's good to be back on the screen. There's a lot in store for them tonight, so they better stay tuned and enjoy the show.
Yeah, astale in the Nedbank Cup. Yendi we draw your last 16 in Nedbank Cup. Siyobuka ICAF Champions League. Mamelodi Sundowns is a Pitori. Ivakashelwe former coach Mlungisi. Rulani Mkwena sekuneti inkulumo ledvele setsukile elitombo Kaizer Chiefs alikho eNingizimu Afrika nalo lidlala ngaphansi kwa CAF Confederation Cup ngilenyelo sobe ke sikubuka namhla kodwa ke sitala ke ngela 16 elitombo noma ngela 16 ku Nedbank Cup yendiwe ke idraw iMilford iyodlala neMkhambathini bese kuthi iLamotive Golden Arrows idlala neStellenbosch United. Stellenbosch United ikhiphe ema defending champions itombo Kaizer Chiefs emidlalo bose Cape Town badlala itombo lelihle kulamalanga. I'm so impressed kukhona ukukhula lokulapha kuma ncoba mncithi diweltembu ele Golden Arrows mshiki.
Yeah, good evening to the viewers at home. It's that team has somehow grown up in some different stages in football, and thanks to Coach Mangoba, he seemed to have learned that football it's not about flair only and maybe trying to appease the spectators, but he's getting the tactical planning and the tactical application correctly. He knows what to do during the game and he knows what to do pre and what. So the combination of the tactical synchronization in his plan, that's what has brought that team to where it is today, and he seems to be doing a great job.
Bonakala ngathi ukukhona la kufunzile kusebenza na Pitso Msimana na kusebenza na coach Rulani yebo lo munye mhlambe maka profile the players la nawo ukuthi Golden Arrows bonge kucabanga ukuthi Golden Arrows ingadlala le bhola leyidlala nyalo kodwa kukhona la kufunzile ngoma ubuka ngakho ukhathisa.
Yeah, we can say that GTZ now Mshiya, but if you were to go back 2008, 2009, 2010. I think they won the MTN 8 by then.
Yes.
The likes of Chan used to Kuboni, but Puma Sundowns KG Kakuso the Khacho, the product yake, the late Henyekan. So I can't say I'm surprised. If football acumen yake Mangoba Mniti has been the student of the game. So they've learned a lot in terms of preparations and planning. But I think one thing that I can say he has learned working with Pitso Musimane and the entire technical team is Sundowns, the likes of Rulani Mukwena and the entire analysis. If I compare team Mangoba then and now, it's the physical conditioning. So I think the difference that he has brought to Golden Arrows, I think is the physical conditioning, because the football that they are playing, they play with high intensity from start to finish.
True.
And it makes teams struggle in terms of dealing with the speed, the good engine in the middle of the park. There's this other boy who scored against Parade, I forgot his name, which is number 25. He's young, the center forward. The energy inside the box, playing into tight spaces, it's marvelous. So I think in a nutshell, Coach Mamelodi is doing a very, very good job. But the draw against Stellenbosch is going to be a tough one. Against Gavin, going to be a tough one.
University of Pretoria in Sekhukhune United, Jackson Spears, in Vasco da Gama, TS Karaxi, in Mamelodi Sundowns. Beta Mbombela Stadium Mchiga, beta clear TS Karaxi. Chamule Mamelodi Sundowns, ngicabanga ukuthi self-runana ngoba yini lelingakuthola kuze lilethe that confident booster later on sizobe sikhuluma nge-Sundowns i-draw neqembu le-TS Galaxy.
Yeah, GTZ, in my view and in my analysis, I mean, historically, Sundowns hasn't been profiled as the cup specialist, except winning the league.
True.
I'm saying that with an element of being conscious, and I don't want to be misinterpreted in saying that they don't know how to play the game. But I'm saying historically, they haven't had that thing that you can associate Sundowns with to say these are cup specialists, they will do well. And I won't be surprised if maybe they come second best against the what you call the Chess Galaxy.
Right, lo munye umdlalo lokhona kune Appington City ine Durban City bese kuthi eRichards Bay itabi yase KZN lena badlala nelicembu ele AmaZulu. Orlando Pirates labaningi bathi ngathi igudlela ngala igudla ngekwenzaba Orlando Pirates ititfolela ema teams lalula kodwa in football kuthiwa awuthi kune teams lalula Orlando Pirates. Is it an easy draw for them?
Yeah, one can say it's an easy draw, but you'll never know in football. Yeah, you'll never know in football. Makezi has been knocked out by a lower division team. We know the history of Nedbank Cup. Yes. We know what Baroka have done to Chiefs many years ago, Matax as well. So Mamelodi against Pirates 4-1. I remember that. Yeah. Did you have to bring that up?
Yeah, but you brought Chiefs.
I was just making an example. But good point. Yeah. So it's not an easy draw per se. But in a nutshell, I think I see Pirates going through on that one. But again, maybe to differ with my colleague Umshiga. Yes, Sundowns is not a cup specialist, Vele, in terms of your Nedbank Cup, MTN 8, even your Calling Black Label. But our home team, TS Galaxy, defensively, after the departure and Damane, they haven't been convincing. So it's going to be a very tough game, that one. I might give it to TS Galaxy if it can go 90 minutes 0-0, extra time, maybe Galaxy can still it there or in penalties. But in 90 minutes defensively, if they can manage not to concede, I see them winning against Sundowns. But the center pairing of this new guy, is number 5. He looks sluggish and very slow. Doesn't cover enough distance as a centre back, so a little bit worried about that one. But I wanted to speak to, I think, Jackson Spear versus Vasco da Gama. Yeah. For me, I think it's an interesting fixture. If you look at their log standing in their respective provinces and the APC Municipal League. So advancing to the next round, I think it will inject a lot of some good financial sense in terms of them boosting their league campaign going throughout the season, financial-wise. Sure. So guaranteed one of the teams will be on the last 8. So it tells you one of the APC Municipal teams in the last 8 are going to get a good injection in terms of finances to try and bolster their competition in their provinces to ensure if they go to the national playoffs, they have enough resources to try and compete.
Right, asgana niku Champions League, the big one, Mamelodi Sundowns, idlala nelicembu lelicoachwa ngumlungisi Mancoba. Mlungisi. Rulani Mkwena angathi Mshiba iMamelodi Sundowns divided balandzeli beMamelodi Sundowns labanye they had enough nga coach Miguel Cardoso even ma social media labanye bathi even igame yayitolo win or draw or whatever yakusasa mara egcineni kufuna gcine ahambile. By look of things Mshika mawumbuka Cardoso kukhona in element la ilethile lesitha iSundowns o mangabe kude I-element la ilethile yini la hluleka kuwenda lapha kuSundowns?
Yeah, I think Coach Cardoso it's a good coach. But sometimes being good and not being wanted, these are two different things. He is a good coach. But remember, Sundowns has been dominating the CAF Champions League for quite some time. Semi-finals, finals, semi-finals. And they are accustomed to that type of culture now. So anything lesser than that, you are then deemed as a failure, or you are portrayed as a failure. But let's go back and check him as a person and as a coach. I think he might not say it, but he does have that element of, you know what, do what you want. I'm still in charge here. And by the look of things, his personal application to the team, it looks like he has somehow understood that he lost the dressing room. Because when you have won the dressing room, you've got players that are willing to go out there and fight for you, fight for the badge and say, we want to do it for our coach. But when you look at how Sundowns plays and how he conducts himself, you could see that, you know what, this is water and oil.
Uhlulwa yini Mshika? Kukhona lokumhlulwa Mshika. Let's face the reality.
The reality is simple. It's not about what you, in life sometimes it's not about what you know, especially in management, but it's about also adapting to what others know. Because your strength needs to gel with the people that you are working with. You understand? You should not impose yourself, no matter how good you are. But if the personal application or the ideological application, it's not in line with the people that you are working with, there could be some revolt. And that's exactly what is happening with Sundowns. He is a good coach, but he wants to impose himself without necessarily analyzing and putting the material conditions of those players under the microscope to say, this is how I need to treat this team, and this is what needs to be done so that I can get the best of these players. It should not be about the attitude of it's either my way or the highway. That's what defeats him.
Do you agree with some of Mamelodi Sundowns fans that are saying it's enough about Miguel Cardoso, he must go?
I would say I agree, I don't agree. But I will explain my reasoning around that.
Yes.
If there's one coach who is unfortunate, it has to be Coach Cardoso.
Unfortunately, based on what?
Based on the following statements.
Okay.
Maybe let me start by saying, Rolando Mukwena once mentioned this, to say Sundowns fans, they are taking other teams for granted. It's like any fixture against Sundowns, it's a give and take. Okay. That if it's a league, it's a 3 points. If it's a Champions League, Sundowns must go through the group stages easily. But forgetting that other teams, they plan, they prepare, they analyze. So at some point, other teams will come stronger than you at some point. But the point that I'm trying to drive is, if there's a coach who's unfortunate, it has to be Cardoso. One, when he took the team from Rolando Mukwena, he had an on-form Tembazwane. He had an on-form Tebogo Mukwena, Robin Williams, Kekane, Mudau, Mudiba, and as well Chalwili was doing very well in Rangers at that particular time. True. Then there was Ribeiro as well. They won the league. They went on to the Champions League final. Unfortunately, they lost. But if you look at overall performance for the season, they were doing very well. They went with the same crop of squad to the Club World Cup, which in my view, I'm sure you can attest, and the viewers at home, how they displayed and portrayed African football, to be precise, South African football, was marveled by the world. How they played against Dortmund. They didn't have fear, they dominated the game. Technically, they were very sound. Then coming back into the league, they lost Ribeiro, then they lost Tembazwane due to injury. Roland Williams lost form. We can try and hide as much as we can. Williams have lost form.
Yes.
Tebogo Mukwena has lost form. Tembazwane is out, injured. Rangers was scoring left, right, and center, then he was injured. And those are factors that the more we criticize him, we neglect those key points. He might have some errors where in terms of selection and what, but a lot of key players on Sundowns have lost form, hence the outcome of the results. But one thing that we are forgetting, as much as they're not on their peak, but within the Betway Premiership, they are number 2. So they're not doing very well, but they are within the pack and orders in terms of chasing the league. Last that I can say about him, Mshika mentioned something, but indirect in terms of his personality and attitude. it contributes to how the fans are fighting him because his lips is not so good. I remember one game when they beat Pirates 4-1.
Yeah.
I think on the post-match interview, he now we only had 20 minutes to prepare against Pirates because they won. Then if Sundowns lose, he complains about the pitch or he will complain about some stuff done by the opposition team. So remember when he beaten Rolando Mukwena in the semi-finals like 2 seasons ago, he had a low block. Then he was able to beat Mamelodi Sundowns. And I don't remember which team he was playing against, and then he lost in the Betway Premiership. The team had a low block, and he was against having a low block. But he forgot that 2 years ago, he beaten Sundowns with the same tactic. So he must respect opposition. If you lose, take it like a man. Accept and move on. But the more you criticize other teams, when you lose, it makes it easier for fans to attack you. But in a nutshell, he's just unfortunate about players losing form and injuries.
Ukuluma lost of a form to certain individual players, Mamelodi Sundowns. Would you agree with what coach is saying?
He's got a point. He's got a point. However, football, or not just football, management holistically, it's about structure.
True.
When you've got the right structure, a well-rehearsed structure,
Yes.
if one element gets broken, the one which replaces the broken one must come and fit into that space adequately so. That is not the case with Sundowns. So it could say more about how he prepares the team, ideologically, philosophically, and socially. You understand? Why do we have senior players in a team of Sundowns caliber that are not raising their hands to say, look, chips might be down now, but we are willing to raise the standard and raise above the petty issues that are checking on. It means somewhere in the dressing room, be it in the management, be it on the playing field, there is a problem that even the management, they are not willing to address. So it's not a question of Zwane is injured, William it's not informed. No, I think it's about the player management. What you call capacity here. I think somehow he needs to learn that, you know what, much as he knows certain things, but at some point he has to meet those players halfway.
Mangabe sikhuluma ngelahlekelwa iform. Why anga rotate my player? Because Sundowns in a squad less rich. It's not just players. Sundowns, it's one of a team in the Betway Premiership. If let's say Zwane is out for injury, and then if Mukwena is out with an injury or with Tamama bookings and everything, why can't he rotate and play Labanye Badlal? That can do the job.
Yeah, that speaks much about the level and the degree of his faith towards the players that he has on the bench. So, if you show so much reliance on Musa alone, in one way or the other, you are suppressing the confidence of Mshiga. Okay. So when you need Mshiga to come in, Mshiga then psychologically knows that, look, that guy is just using me as a stopgap. I am not good enough. It's just that now he needs me. And mentally and psychologically, that player will find it difficult to rise above the occasion.
But you are a professional, Mshiga. You need to be.
I can be a professional, but if you, as my coach and my manager, don't show me that you trust me. You are only using me as a stopgap. Once that sinks in my head, I can tell you my performance will be minimal. They don't believe in him. He does not believe in him.
Does he deserve to be part of that selection in Sundowns?
The fact that he's registered as
the fact that he's registered and he was signed by the management, as a coach, you've got a responsibility to make it a point that each and every player that stands on the field of play, you understand, gets the same treatment. You understand? You should not have a certain player or a special player to say, if GTZ is not in, whoa, I'm dead. The moment you show me that, you understand, I won't be confident enough to come and give you the job and give you the result which you inspire. And that's what kills him.
Maybe I can agree with you in terms of how you select players. Yes, it's questionable. Not so long ago, I think before the end of 2025, Shalulile was there. He was not using Shalulile. Renas was getting tired. Shalulile was on the bench. He was not given a chance. I don't know what's wrong between Yena and Shalulile with the management. But what Mshiga is saying, Coach Makat, do you agree with him? There is a favoritism of selecting players as coaches. Do you agree with Miguel Cardoso? Ifela ya Kenya look Sundowns. If ever choose him.
Oh, that's a trick question. That's a very trick question. I don't want to put my head on the block. I'll be diplomatic in responding to your question. Just like now, for instance, when I think they went on to play a Champions League game, then they came back during the week to play Betway Premiership.
Yes.
Who's this guy? Kulisi in midfield was there, and Adams. They did exceptionally well. I think they won that game. I think they were playing Skuku, if I'm not mistaken. They won that game. They were marvelous to watch in midfield. They were marvelous. They were marvelous. Yeah, they were marvelous in midfield in terms of entries in the box, rotation, controlling the tempo of the game. Then come weekend, they went on to play Champions League.
Yes.
Then he dropped them. So as much as we are rotating, but isn't it that as a coach or as a mentor to these players, I'm resting you because I want these players to play on the Betway Premiership. But if they raise their hand to say, we are ready to play to Champions League, why do you drop them? Then he dropped them and then they lost the game. So that's why sometimes it's a matter of cohesion and rhythm, maintaining the rhythm that you've had during the week.
And Tabang, could see with the signing of players, the profiling of players, Mamelodi Sundowns, 80% of their players, the profiling of players, ball players. But with the system that is playing, it's more like a route one system, transition system. I'll talk about a player like Allende. Allende was nominated on midfield of the season. But you can't see Allende now, but he's playing. He's still in Mamelodi Sundowns squad. But the system, Mshiga, do you agree with me and say the system doesn't suit these profile players in Mamelodi Sundowns?
I agree with you 100%. Remember, Sundown, when you look at their foreign cultures, especially guys that come from abroad,
yes,
most of them, they're from South America, Brazil, and their culture of playing football, we know it doesn't rely much on technique. It's about flair, playing in short spaces and stuff like that. Flair player. Now, you get a coach that is traditionally known as a coach that believes in technique, change of position, precision behind the ball, like Cardoso. Very directive coach, playing route one. Now, how do you expect Allende to shine under his guidance? You understand? So sometimes he fields them, but then ideologically or tactically, he somehow compromises their capabilities. He does not allow them to explore. That is the problem. The type of players that he has at Sundowns, sometimes they don't need much of coaching. Sometimes let them play and just guide the structure.
Tomorrow he's facing the student of the game. Shout out to Coach Rulani. He won his first ever trophy in Africa. That was 2 weeks ago. Shout out to Rulani. He's facing Rulani, who knows the in of corner, not to corner of Mamelodi Sundowns. And now, Seksuka Msindo, Mario Masha, the analyst, allegedly kuthiwa ufide Coach Rulani information. Namuhla ku press conference, Coach Rulani is saying, I respect the guy. We have never done it. Angaka ngisendini so sikhuluma ngebhola, I respect that man. Angeke mina ngingirulani ngimlahlekise sinkwa sebantu bakhe. I respect that man. He's facing Coach Rulani. Coach Rulani udzinga throw to qualify. Udzinga ePitori Makhati.
For sure.
Sure.
We'll go back to what Mshia alluded in terms of personality and the character of Coach Cardoso.
Yes.
For me, I think he's just building a scapegoat in case he doesn't go through.
So who's building a scapegoat?
Coach Cardoso.
Yeah.
In case they don't go through, so that fans and South African fans should be lenient with him.
Yes.
To say you lost because maybe one of your analysis leak some information about your preparation and your game methodology and so forth.
Yes.
Hence, I feel like sometimes he needs to learn what to say to media, what not to say to media. Even if, let's say, it's true, certain things, keep it to yourself, face the big game at hand. Let's see the outcome of the game. Then after you can come out and speak. Not so long ago, he was allegedly again he was complaining about certain officials of certain teams meeting referees at a hotel. You know. So
you'll get me arrested, mate.
So
I'm no longer in football.
Yeah, but I used to do it. You used to go to the officials. You know the team logo could.
But what I'm trying to say is that he just needs to learn to be calculative with his words. What you say towards the media, because now you could see what he's building a defensive wall in case he doesn't win the league, the Belgian Premiership. He will come back to say, "But I told you the reason why I didn't win the league is because other teams were so." But coming back into the game, according to my wish and being optimistic, I would love Sundowns to go through for one particular reason. But Bafana is going to America for FIFA World Cup, so the longer we have Sundowns players competing at a higher level, it will boost our national team. But if they exit the competition early, it's going to compromise our performance on the World Cup. But to be honest with you, against MC Alger, I don't really think that Sundowns stands a chance. I don't see Rulani beating Sundowns. I don't see Sundowns beating MC Alger. So I see a very good draw tomorrow.
They played a throw, go first leg. It was not that an open game.
Yeah, too tactical.
It was too tactically. Rulani, unayo pedigree kusasa yokuthi ahlule licembu leMamelodi Sundowns. Angathola ithrow, they are out.
Yeah, maybe before we get to that, I just want to retreat a bit and go and check the rumors around tactics being leaked to Rulani. I think whoever is spreading that, that person does not have respect for Coach Rulani. I don't think Coach Rulani needs someone to tell him how good Sundowns are or how good Sundowns. I mean, that guy is an astute coach. He's a tactician. I mean, I'm not overrating Coach Rulani, but I mean, he's well capacitated to do his own tactical analysis and planning of Sundowns.
Himself,
And then for one to come forward and say Coach Rulani will rely on the leagues, the tactical, whatever. I mean, to me, that's pure hogwash. That's a very
pure what?
Hogwash. That's a very unfortunate statement. Then going back to the game, I hope he maintains his calmness. He maintains his cool. He must not exert his personal ego on his players.
True.
If he goes there with a point to prove to Sundowns, Alger will be beaten 2-1.
True. So emotional intelligence is going to be very important. Very important.
Okay. What do you say? Do you see Mamelodi Sundowns qualifying, or you see MC Alger qualifying?
Sundowns will go through.
They will beat Rulani.
Convincingly so.
No, it can't be.
It's okay. You asked for my opinion.
Yeah, but I'm saying convincingly so.
Okay, it's fine.
No, it's on record.
It's on record.
It's on record.
It's on record.
So.
Sundowns will beat Alger without sweating.
Kati?
My wish is for Sundowns to go through, but I see a very good draw. I don't see Sundowns beating MC Alger.
If I MC Alger,
yeah, I see MC Alger advancing to the knockout stages of the Champions League. Unfortunately, I don't see Sundowns rising to the occasion.
Okay, Utsawena ufisa ngathi Sundowns
Can advance.
For the sake of Bafana Bafana.
Yeah.
So, meaning basically njengamabomu engqondweni yakho unalo ukuthi if Sundowns iyodlala the next stages, iyodlala ema knockout group, yes. So they can also advance. Ukhona nakona you will pray ukuthi nakhona.
No, I think Sundowns it's a typical very good question that you're asking. It's a typical Real Madrid. Real Madrid can be scrappy and badly throughout the group stages, but once they advance to the knockout stages, they switch on. So now they don't look convincing Sundowns here, but if they were to advance to the knockout stages, believe you me, they can go as far as semi-finals. Finals maybe not, but they can go as far as semi-finals. Because if you can look at the entire team that are part of the Champions League in the other groups, they are not as strong as this group. This group is very, very strong. Some of the top teams are within this group. So, but to respond to your question, I don't see Sundowns beating MC Alger.
Usho njalo Mshika. No khathi. Mina ngisho lutho mara
It's okay.
It's okay.
Coach,
No, it's on record. It's on record.
It's on record.
It's on record.
All right, let's move. For your record, Sundowns will qualify convincingly so. And then you brought that term.
without sweating.
No, le term lolishilo lelifaka bolo kwacha. Lo thetha ukukhuluma nyalo le term lakho lelo.
No. I said, Mangoba, Coach Rulani does not need someone else's favors. And if that statement has been linked to him, in my view, that's pure hogwash. That's hogwash. It's nonsense.
No one can unscramble the egg. No one can unscramble the egg.
Hogwash. It's just hogwash. Yeah.
So, Coach Makati, Uti, a draw will send MC Alger. Yeah. CAF Confederation Cup. Kaizer Chiefs. What can you say about Kaizer Chiefs before I ask Mbut? With the performance, CAF, maybe Bukbegela nje. So that matter say.
No, I've been following Kaizer Chiefs.
Yes.
Ngesiswati, idla beyisola leta. Yabona.
Yeah.
Idla beyisola. Sometimes you don't see how they win, but they win. And going to tomorrow's game against Zamalek, they can shock you and come back with a draw tomorrow and advance.
Do they have the pedigree?
It's not about the pedigree. They've got something special. These guys outside South Africa, they win. Look, I'm here to figure out what is it that's so special. And I don't want to sound like I'm undermining Kaizer Chiefs and say they are lucky. No. Lucky, remember, lucky meets good preparations. There's something good that they are doing.
What is that?
We might not figure it out. But domestically, I've been following them.
Mobalanzela, 5 games.
Yeah.
So Aubon is something that is special.
I'm saying, I see there is something special. They win. But the methodology as to how they win, I can't figure it out. And they themselves, they know. They can't put it in black and white as to how they win.
Yeah.
Okay. Ngiyayilandzela mara kuthi bawina njani?
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
Nje umle solong phendule.
Chiefs said they are grinding the result. Let's use this.
Try to give the viewers another answer. I'm not buying this one. You have been following them.
Maybe if I can come in.
I've been following them.
But I will call something that is special.
Let me come in.
What is special about them is that they know how to grind the results. But I'm not too sure with their methodology, how part of doing it.
Okay.
They just celebrated at the end of 90 minutes, especially when they play away.
You want to assist you?
It's okay.
Now I want to come in.
Yes.
If you put a lens of technical acumen, you can try and balance how they do things. I think Chiefs at this point in time, they don't have a standard philosophy. So this is how we do things.
My point.
If you go to Pirates, it's clear how they want to play. Sundowns, Arrows, it's clear.
Yeah.
But with Chiefs, they don't have sort of a template to say this is how things are done. But you can't take away the fact that they do attend training, they do have these video sessions, they do have meetings, they do have game plans in terms of how to approach games. So in my view, Mshika, I think Chiefs are grinding results, yes, but there's a way of doing things. I think they approach games based on the opposition that they are playing. Because there'll be a time where in a single game, they'll be playing in 2 folds or 2 elements of the game, whereby if it's a goal kick, they will try to build from the back and be really patient, which they don't have maybe the right profile of players to give them that. Then they'll also want to play on transitions. Again, they'll want to play with the second ball. So Handsome Shiga is saying, if you were to be asked, how does Chiefs play? I'm not saying he's right, but he's right to say you can't pinpoint to say they are playing like this. Because in a game, you'll have 3 moments.
Yeah.
You can't identify them with one playing principle. So they vary their way of doing things according to opposition. Hence, maybe it's difficult. Sometimes you've seen them playing good during the week, then they've won. You see them playing different players against a different team and then play a draw. Hence, first they'll try to why do you drop these players? Because they play according to opposition.
Okay, because nima coaches, obviously, nigga skatsela sinyende ngekubuka ibhola. Njengalo ushilo ukuthi we have been following Kaizer Chiefs. So the changing of starting lineup and changing of everything. When ubona ngathi yini le yenda iChiefs ingabi nale symbol or the style of play kulabadlali labakhona or kulama coaches.
Yeah, you know what? We must not shy away from reality. Chiefs had Coach Nabi.
Yes.
Players viewed him as their head coach. And then he left. Then the 2 co-coaches took over. Exactly. And those players were never prepared that now you need to see them the same way as you used to see Nabi.
Okay.
So it's not a mistake when they say you're an assistant coach. It means you are below the head coach. And if you don't get that psychological and the mental balance from the players to the co-coaches, they will always clash. So it's either the coaches are good, but players are not adapting to how things should be done by the coaches, or the coaches, they don't adapt to how the players should do things. But I can tell you, when you speak of Kaizer Chiefs has got good players, but there's just no tactical synergy. They don't combine. What the tactical team thinks, it's not what players think. A case in point, they dropped this boy was playing in Portugal, Mapolo. Yes, simply because he asked the coaches.
Yeah.
He asked them one thing, Coach, if you bring this type of training method to us, what do you want to achieve? They said he's big-headed. They dropped him. Because they don't understand that now they are dealing with a player of high personality. Who is sound tactically. He has been coached by the best players. And now you bring someone who has never coached. Even in Tunisia, he has never coached. Someone was a translator somewhere. Someone was a translator somewhere. Someone was a translator somewhere.
Yeah.
And then you say they must come now and do it and redirect the ship. So to me, it's a question of...
They've done a great job. Number 3 in Petro Premiership. When was last Kaizer Chiefs which Ibangane Orlando Pirates? I'm
not saying they are not doing. I'm not saying they are not doing the great job, but yes. I can tell you now with conviction, Chief needs a senior coach. Players will respond better.
They are playing against Zamalek. They are sitting on top of the log on the group. They are 10 points. What next? Do you see them? They just need a draw.
Exactly my point. I'm saying Chiefs will surprise you and go through. But please don't ask me how are they going to do it. I can't give you the methodology. Because even the coaches, they cannot explain the methodology.
I'm sure they can. They can explain this, coaches. Why are you playing?
Let's give them credit. Let's just give them credit.
Yeah, let's just. Coach.
Is it personal?
I don't know. Coach. I agree with him, but I don't agree with I agree with the change of what. According to you, as a coach, so you Bugolili Chiefs, my games are money. Good revel, good Chiefs, it's Tuesday, it's Saturday, probably change one. Chiefs will play Tuesday with a different midfield. Come Saturday with a different midfield. Are they lacking something, or this is how the things are done in modern football? Because it's modern football.
I don't think there's something wrong, man. I think it's a matter of managing the energy levels of the players, because they play Betway Premiership in South Africa midweek. They have to fly probably on Thursday or Friday to Egypt. So they're putting all of those factors into consideration to say, let us play maybe the few players who won't be traveling to Egypt so that we rest our players. They still have to probably connect via certain country, then they go to Egypt. So those factors, they play a very, very vital point. Again, acclimatizing to Egypt, time zones, other players, they must leave early. So it contributes. But I agree to say it affects the rhythm of the team. It does. It really does affect. But I think if there's one thing that we are shying away, Chiefs have improved. I can't say they're the best, but they've improved from what they were the past 2 seasons.
Yes.
They've improved drastically. But I think the problem, it's probably the frustrations from a lot of sort of Chiefs fans in South Africa, whereby it's been years without silverware. So they just want noodles rewards, whereby it's just 2 minutes and then they just want to be champions. And it's a process you build, they must trust the process. But coming back to the discussion of the day for the viewers, I don't think it will be a surprise for Chiefs to go through. Because if now you say it's a surprise, you are undermining the pedigree. Because as we speak, they are number 1 with 10 points.
Yes.
So for them to go through, you can't say it's a surprise. If they were number 3, then number 1 plays a draw, then they win, you can say it's a surprise. But as we speak, if they were to say, Makema Pelile tonight, who is number 1?
Chiefs.
It's Chiefs. So I see them going through. The how part, if I was the Kaizer Chiefs coach, already we have 10 points, number 2 has 8 points. Go there with the low block, absorb the pressure as long as you can, but the player profile will be very critical. So you have Monyane and Solomons, either of them for me, it's a suitor for a transition game. Then on the left-hand side, I will opt for Pasiko Mango because naturally he's a winger. So in terms of counter-attacks, it's going to be very explosive. Then you need a player like Mthetwa. He hasn't been playing, but for a game of a low block, you need a player like Mthetwa who's good in breaking attacks and all of those things. Then you need a very good number 9 who's going to hold that play and allow your midfielders to join in. Lilepo is going to be very critical in the right wing. And this boy who comes from Cape Town Spurs, I forgot his name. I think Velepai.
Yes.
Because of his pace, he's going to be very, very critical. Then you can have your Ndlovu and Mabue as 8-8, no 10. Because you are there to grind. You have 10 points, you just need a draw to go through. So play low block, absorb pressure as long as you can. If you play 0-0, still they go through. Then counter-attack, something can come in.
You play low block against Golden Arrows, you will win. Why? They play in front of you.
Okay.
When you play teams from the Saharan points, they go wide. So the best way to play against the team that applies a low block, it's when you go wide and either bring in direct crosses or cutback crosses. And aerially, Al-Ahly, they are superior to Kaizer Chiefs. We might have a problem with that.
They're playing Zamalek.
Zamalek,
Yes.
So you got what I'm trying to say. A low block, you apply, in my view, I can apply a low block when I'm playing a team that believes in playing in small pockets, small areas, quick ball circulation in small area, defense splitting passes and stuff like that. I can play such a team because I will force them to play in front of me. Yeah. But you play a team that doesn't rely much on flair, but they stretch you. They go wide, whip in a cross, aerial cross or a cutback. And aerially, we know we've got either Nkwinika and Discadogs, and both of them, I mean, they are not good center pairing aerially. So I can't advocate for a low block when you play Zamalek. Let them play. Let them play.
Can I come in?
Let them play. Let them attack Zamalek.
Can I come in with the technical?
You play low block against Zamalek. Come after time will be 3-1.
No. I disagree. Okay. I wish you brought your coaching board so that you can, because sometimes we use the term low block, but there are details that need to come in to explain low block. Yeah. Because low block comes in different phases. There is double fullback, there is one fullback and half space. So hence I said you bring him Mthetwa because you know Mthetwa in terms of.
He hasn't been playing.
I understand. Hence I'm saying you don't need a 10. You need 2 number 8 who will be good in terms of tracking back and going forward. So and Mabu. Then Mabu is going to be an 8. Then Ndlovu's going to be an 8. Then Mthetwa sits.
You have Mthetwa,
but still again.
Mabu and Ndlovu.
Yes. Then you put Ndlovu as an 8 on the half space to create a double on the left back. It's gonna be Pasika Marco, then Second on the half space is going to be Mabu. On the other side, we're going to have Ndlovu, then we're going to have Solomons. And again, you have Peterson, the goalkeeper. You can chide about Kunika and this guy that you don't like, but Peterson has been good.
He's injured, that's why.
But Peterson has been good in cutting crosses this season. That's why he has 11
Who's the
sessions.
player?
Exactly.
The Angolan
coach. Did I say I don't like that guy?
show this coach Peter. I'm mixing. So, but Peterson,
You
this
like the
season.
play?
It's not about liking.
No. Be honest, you like the play.
I once heard you say something about him, but the point I'm trying to drive
Okay,
is
let's clear the air. You like the play.
He wouldn't feature.
Cardos. Is it Miguel?
Miguel Cardos.
No.
Yeah, it's that guy from Angola.
Yeah.
He's got the right physique, but he's got the right physique, but his anticipation, especially if he plays as a centre back.
Don't explain him in details. Do you like the play?
I don't have to like the players. Players have to deliver. And ask me if he has delivered. Ask me if he has delivered.
Has he delivered?
No.
Yeah,
so, but Chiefs is going through. In a nutshell, Chiefs is going through.
The interesting part of this game, Zesco, they are out. Isha is Zamalek, surprisingly so last week Sunday. Chiefs are win against Armars. So if Armars win, they'll have 10 points. And if Chiefs fail, then it's one of my head-to-head, when to play, because they will advance to 10 points. Armas. And then Chiefs, if it's Lulega, you're at 10 points. Providedly, is Zamalek might play Chiefs, you want 11 points. So between Chiefs and Armas, then say, so Chiefs, they just need to win the game.
Yeah, even if
but play a low block.
Even if they lose, because if you look at the stats, Almazi has scored 7 goals and they've conceded 7. Then Chiefs have scored 4, and they scored 6. They've conceded 4. So if Almazi wins, they must win with not more than 2 goals. If they win 1-0 and Chiefs loses 1-0, Chiefs still goes through.
They are playing against Zesco United. They are not playing for anything, Zesco. They can win 4-0.
But they managed to beat Zamalek. That's a very good moral boost.
Okay. Giga.
But before we go to Mets and all of that, Chiefs is number 1. They have 10 points.
Yes.
Their job tomorrow is to make sure that they don't lose the game. Even if they don't win, they play a 0-0 draw or a 1-1 draw, they are going through. So Mina, I'm putting my head on the block to the viewers and to you guys to say Chiefs is advancing to the knockout stages. Mark my words.
Yeah, Chiefs will. But again, I'll say it.
You don't know
how.
how.
With the methodology, with the how. But Chiefs will go through. The permutations favor Chiefs at this current moment.
Okay. Sifike Qinene. Hayi. Sifike Qinene, a certain player akafuna ukuvuma ukuthi akamthanzi, and then ubuta mina uthi angimbude, ukunika iquestion uthi angimbude le question. Has it deliver? No, makasukubheka le. Good people of the Lord, Tanko, you have come to an end of a sport talk with GTZ. We really appreciate. We so wish and pray that both South African teams, Mamelodi Sundowns, can advance to the knockout stage. Kaizer Chiefs can advance to the knockout stage. Remember, Stellenbosch is Kisholenga Pande, who kept conversation. So we are left with only 2 teams. So both of those games are playing tomorrow. Thank you for the support. We really appreciate it. Mshiga, Coach, thank you so much. Football analyst. Nice one. Coach Katiza, all the best, my brother. Thank you so much.
Happy Valentine's Day for tomorrow.
Yeah.
Now you celebrate.
Yeah, for sure.
Are you celebrating Valentine's Day?
I'm not against it.
Are you celebrating Valentine's Day?
Yeah, definitely sure. Remember, you see, people they think Valentine's Day is about husband and wife. No.
Yeah,
It's about affection.
Okay.
How I feel about you.
Okay.
The love I have for my sister can be a Valentine.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then we need to demystify the stereotypy that Valentine's about the husband and wife.
Yeah.
Boyfriend and
demystify.
girlfriend. No.
Let's
we
demystify. We are demystifying.
Hello, Sanbonani. Good evening, Sanbonani Mangani. It's the Game Changer. It's your boy. Today I'm going to introduce you the Cherry CSH vehicles. Firstly, let me explain to you what the CSH means. It's Cherry Super Hybrid. I will start with the Cherry Super Hybrid Tigo 8. This is your Apex. As you can see, the vehicle has keyless entry. can see that's where we're charging the vehicle. So it's your plug-in hybrid. When I move again, like I've said, I'm only introducing you the Cherry CSH hybrids. We're moving to the Tiggo 7. There is Tiggo 7. I'm still going to go back and give you more features on each and every vehicle, but for now we're moving to the Tiggo 7. This is the Cherry Tiggo 7, the one I'm opening here. As you can see, with the key I can quickly open the boot. As you can see, the boot is opening over there. With the key I can still close the boot. As you can see over there, with the key I can do this and open all windows. So without touching any buttons in the car, I can quickly activate that. So that is your Cherry Tiggo 7 CSH Ultra. Now we're moving to which one? The Cherry Tiggo 9. It's parked over there. That's your 2-liter Cherry Tiggo 9 Pinnacle. Number one, feature number one, you can start the vehicle with the key. With just the key, I'm starting this vehicle. There we go. Vehicle has started. I'm opening the door. As you can see, the door pops up when I quickly click the open button. These handles pops out. We're eliminating the Tiggo 7. We've eliminated the Tiggo 8. Now we're going to the Tiggo Cross. Here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go. The Cherry Tiggo Cross. This is our entry-level hybrid. I'm also going to do the same. Click the key, switch on the car, click the key, open windows. So this is not a plug-in hybrid. This is your Cherry CSH Super Hybrid. However, it's got no plug-in hybrid. What you do is the car has its own self-charge. As you drive, the car will then decide if you need more power, it turns on the engine. If you don't need more power, it switches on the motor to propel the car forward. So this is your entry level. You're looking at an installment of about 7,000 on this car. You're looking at an installment from 10,000 on this car. You're looking at an installment of about 9,000 on this vehicle. So if you look at there, that bamboo green and this black are the same. So this is a Tiggo 8 Apex, Tiggo 8 Apex. This is your boy, the Game Changer, saying to you, if you're looking for a cherry on top, visit Cherry. We are at the R40 opposite PP Garage, and I'm your boy, the Game Changer. My number is 071-809-2555. I'll do it very slow. 071-809-2555. Hola.
You are watching Sport Talk with GTZ, General Tata Zonke. Sport Talk, the General's view. GTZ, General Tata Zonke.